Stop moving backwards or is it slow? I wanna know. Did AI need that practice? I wanna know. Well, I see you back home or on the road. Well, I see you back home or on the road. Back and forth, just ain't enough. I know my schedule was tough. You say it's never just us. Too loud in these clubs and they all of it up. If I thought it was love, if I thought it was love, you gotta know. That works in the code. There's nowhere to know. Summer's back from the road. And how do you know? All we have works in the code. There's no one to know. Summer's over back on the road. And how do you know? All we have works in the code. There's nowhere to know. Summer's over back on the road. And how do you know? We have works in the code. There's nowhere to know. Summer's over back on the road. How do we know? Now you're not hitting me back. Guess it's as simple as that. Never meant for this to happen, but let's stick to the facts. Don't want to attack. Honestly, don't want to go back. I love what we had. Why can't we just leave it at that? And summer don't last. Degree it doesn't stay in the class. It's office and class. I gotta Wishing that you just sent me back. You left me on red. You ain't have to do me like that. How do we know? So we had works in the cold. There's nowhere to know. Summer's over, back on the road. And how do we know? So we had works in the cold. No one to know. Summer's over, back on the road. And how do we know? We had works in the cold. There's nowhere to know. Summer's over, back on the road. And how do we know? So we had works in the cold. There's nowhere to know. Summer's over, back on the road. How do we know? But time works in our favor. If not now, maybe later. We gotta grow, we gotta go. Just not now, maybe later. Cause time works in our favor. Not now, maybe later. We gotta grow, we gotta go. Just not now, maybe later. And how do we know? What we have works in the cold. There's nowhere to know. Summer's over, back on the road. And how do we know? What we have works in the cold. There's nowhere to know. Summer's over, back on the road. And how do we know? What we have works in the cold. There's nowhere to know. Summer's over, back on the road. And how do we know? What we have works in the cold. There's nowhere to know. Summer's over, back on the road. How do we know?
Good evening, everybody in TikTok land. I see that you're coming on. Holla at your boy. Don't forget to bless me, like, share, subscribe. You never know what you're going to get. I can sure use a couple of hearts, a couple of diamonds, but I really, I ain't playing spade. Well, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is DFG in the place to be out there loving everything in TikTok land, YouTube land, Facebook land, and other places, Instagram land. This is the one and only the DFG, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. Coming to you live from the 571 where I'm having fun and I'm getting things done. On the way, I'm making things go, and I'm trying to make it a great show. With me tonight is, oh, she just dropped off, but I'm going to holler at her anyway, is the lady as sweet as Snapple, my good sister Apple, and also my sister from the same mister, my sister from the same mister, the chocolate pearl, my favorite girl. Hey Apple, I see you on. I see you doing your thing. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Holla at your boy.
Hey, I went on Zoom and I couldn't hear you, so I had to come on Restream. Good
Okay,
evening, everyone. I made it. I made it. I didn't think I was gonna last. I was kind
that's
of running behind. How's everyone doing tonight?
well, so far so good. You know, we're gonna do our thing and make it sound like it should. Um, I'm just trying to figure out this thing to make it work, so I can get it to run right. You know how that goes sometimes. I got to be smarter than the equipment. I always say. And it's always good to have you on, Apple. I know you're introvert, but we do our thing anyway and make it swing. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm going to try a little bit something a little bit different today. Nope, that's wrong. And share sound. And we should see me on Zoom things. So I'm sharing my camera on Zoom, and hopefully everybody can see that. Well, not you in TikTok land, but I would like y'all to come on and holler at your boy. You can hit me up through text, through chat, whatever has your fancy. How was your week so far, Apple?
Oh, my,
Oh, my,
you know,
you know,
it was okay so far.
okay so far.
I handled a lot
I
of
handled a
business.
lot of business.
Got things done that
Got
I
things done
wanted
that
to,
I wanted to, you know,
do for a
do
while.
for a
So,
while. So,
especially today was very
especially today
busy.
was very busy.
I got you. I got you. But that's, I mean, you know, sometimes being busy keeps you behind out of trouble. Sometimes trouble finds you, but that's all right though, because we're gonna make it through. Um, how was your young adults? Not the
Everybody,
45-year old, the 21-year old.
they're doing
They're
well.
doing well.
We're still trying
We're
to
still trying to
get this
get
birthday
this
trip
birthday
going
trip
for
going
my
for
daughter's
my daughter's
21st
21st
birthday.
birthday.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Got a question for you today. Um, let's talk about it. Now, looking at things going on in the world, you see that there are a lot of people that are one of the things that was brought to my attention was people who how can I put this, smashing the homies. Is there any good reason to smash the homies, whether you're male or female?
In my
In my
opinion, no.
opinion, no.
That's
Okay,
something
That's
I've never
something
done.
I've never done.
okay. Here's a scenario. It was given to me by Kim, and what she was saying was she heard this at work that there were two friends. One was divorced, and one was a widow. The widow woman decided to start dating the divorced woman's ex-husband. Is that inbounds or out of bounds?
Did she get
permission from
coworkers?
coworkers?
Well,
Like,
just in that context, was she inbounds or out of bounds with that?
I feel like
I feel
she was
like
out of
she was
bounds,
out of bounds,
And why is that?
even though they're
even though
they're
you
no
know
longer
they're no
together.
longer together.
I think it's
I
just
think
a
it's
little
a
messy
little messy
because it'll
because
spill
it'll
over
spill
into the
over into the
job and
job and
personal life
personal
mixing.
life mixing.
That's a little
That's a
messy.
little messy.
And I mean, like I said, it goes back to smashing the homies. That's like you know, you don't want that. You definitely don't want that because smashing the homies is never a good thing. It looks like the pearl is coming on right now, and hopefully she paid her phone bill. So what's going on, my favorite girl? I guess she ain't on yet. But that should be an automatic no. You don't smash the homies. Now, sometimes, I mean, it all, in my opinion, it all depends. I know somebody will disagree, but if it was 20 years later, if y'all was in high school and somebody you dated in high school, and you know your girl started dating him when y'all 35, 36, that's really not smashing the homies. But
I
if
think
it
that's
was
I think
totally
that's totally
different
different
because you're not the
because you're
same
not the
person
same person
15, 20
15,
years
20
later.
years later.
right, right, right,
So it's
but
So
two
it's
different
two different people.
now. If
Now,
they
if they
were together for
were together for
years
years
and they
and
have
they have
children and they
children
have a
and have
history
a
besides
history
just a high
besides just
school
a high
sweetheart,
school sweetheart,
then that's a little
then
bit
that's
more
a little bit more
complicated.
complicated.
But if you dated
But if you
someone for
dated
like,
someone for
let's
like,
say
let's say
3 to 6 months
3 to 6
in high
months in
school,
high school,
and then
and
your
then
friend
your
started
friend
dating that
started
person,
dating that
you
person,
know,
you know,
20 years
20
later,
years later,
it really is none
it
of your
really is
business
none of your
at that
business
point.
at that.
yeah, no, I can understand that. But I mean, but some people still consider that smashing the homies though. It's like the homies is like once you date somebody, they should be off limits to everybody else. That's how some people think. Um, Now, I'm not going to say that that's the right way to think, but that's how some people think. Um, well, I know Miss Kim is in the chat. If you can hit in the chat, um, is it okay to smash the homies? But I mean, I'll give you a personal story. Back when I was in college, you probably don't remember my room dog Marion. You probably
No, I
don't
don't.
remember him, but yeah, we were in his hometown in Andrews, South Carolina, and we were hanging out. And his best friend's brother Norman, who used to come and stay with us whenever he came up to Columbia, he had a girl from the hometown they dated in high school, and she was feeling me, and I didn't sleep with her, but I told him, I said, look, if she gonna give me the business, I'm gonna give her the business. In my days now, I know that was probably super wrong for that, but that's how I felt back then. I was in my 20s. What there's no excuse, but you don't smash the homies, even if it's not your homie, if that makes sense.
That does make
That
sense.
does make sense.
And I
And
also feel
I
like
also feel like
even if you're
even if
attracted to
you're
the person,
attracted to the person,
um,
um,
as adults,
as
we have
adults, we
like
have
should
like should
practice some kind of
practice some kind
discretion.
of discretion.
No, I agree. I agree. Discretion is the best part of valor.
So if
So
if I happen to
if
be
I happen to
attracted
be
to
attracted to
one of my
one of
friends,
my friends,
others,
others,
exes, whatever,
exes, whatever,
that don't mean I have
that
to
don't mean I
act on it.
have to act on it.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. Well, yeah, that's yeah, no, I mean, I just got a clarification. One best friend one best friend was married, and then her husband died, and the other one got divorced, and then she divorced. Well, it doesn't make it any better, but that's still smashing the homies. And whether you're a guy or gal, being a pass around is not high quality. Not being a high quality person. Pearl, can you hear me, Pearl? Can you hear me, Chocolate Pearl? You on Zoom? Pearl, can you hear
I'm
me?
on every device I can possibly be on.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Say that again.
I'm on every device I can possibly be on.
All right. That's what's up. That is what's up. So here's a question. Um, is it okay to smash the homies?
No. Well, it all depends, to be honest with you. Like for instance, if first of all, if you had dated somebody, say for instance in high school, and then your friend later on uh, got with that person, but they didn't know that y'all got that, y'all dated back then. Like say your best friend now meets up with your old ex. It was so long ago, I don't think I would consider that smashing a homie or be a problem because it was such long ago. But if my best friend or anybody in my relatives, whatever, decided they wanted to date my ex-husband and get married, then that is just
I'm sorry.
trifling.
I'm sorry for laughing so heartily and hard. No, I'm
Because that would never
Because that
happen
would never
ever.
happen ever.
not. Oh, woo. I, I caught a conniption. I'm sorry. That was just so funny.
Well, it almost happened with me and our sister under me. Um, there was a guy that here I'm in Florida, and he grew up in New York, and we met online. And because we knew familiar people, I have never met him in my life, but
You've
the
seen
rest of
you've
my
seen him in the
family
projects
somewhat
growing
met
up.
him.
Yeah, you met him in the projects growing up, but you probably don't remember him.
I don't remember him. And anyway, we started, we conversed because of we came from the same town. I later found out that he was dating at one point and still was, mingling with her, our sister.
Yeah.
When I found that out, I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold up, back up, back up, back up. I said, oh no. But he wanted me to continue with him. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Is that no, I can't.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad we found out before we got involved,
Yeah.
because he was going to pay for me the trip to go visit him.
Yeah. Yeah. About
And
that.
and then it was another time here, actually, once again, um, we were conversing from social media or the dating site, and I dated. Well, I went on one date with this one guy, and I realized that he had problems, and I didn't want to deal with it anymore. And I think I went on one date, but it was like an all day long date. Anyway, so fast forward a couple of years go by. My best friend here, she's from Colombia, but she now lives here, and she was on a dating site, and she was, dating people, and her and the guy got together, and I didn't know that they, who he was. So she was telling me who he was, and he sounded familiar, but I wasn't sure. But then as she, you know how people talk about things, and as she was describing this guy, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I went on a date with him. And she was like, for what? I said, yeah. And I described his whole house. I described his house, I described his cars. And she was like, oh yeah. And this is a guy who is like, I think he was 6'3" or 6'4". So you know, it's not that many people out there that tall, you know.
That's true.
And so I was like, and I said, but only problem with him is that he had a lot of problems.
What kind of problems did he have?
Huh?
What kind of problems did he have?
Like family problems, you know. He still was dealing with issues with his moms, you know, that they didn't have a good relationship. So he was still, you know, kind of almost like a mama's boy without being a mama's boy, but a mama's boy that the mama didn't like him.
That don't make sense.
It was weird. It was weird. It was real crazy. But you know, I got enough drama in my life. I don't need nobody else's. But so because I didn't have any physical contact with him other than kissing him, I told her, I said, you know, you do you. To me, that's not smashing the homie. But if we had done so, and she smashed him before she told me about him, then I don't know how that would have been. You know what I mean?
I got you.
And solid people would have been really crazy, but she eventually seen the craziness that I seen, and she had to let him go.
Yeah, if he's not healed, he's not gonna heal. That's the
he was not healed and all that. And this was 2 years later, and he still didn't heal. So, but she brought him by, and we actually, you know, talked to each other, whatever. And that's, So I guess all his secrets started really coming out, or he started acting crazy. But anyway, to me, that if I would have actually had intercourse with him and she had intercourse with him, that would have been, to me, in a sense, smashing the homies. But luckily, that did not happen. Thank God.
Yeah, that's good. That's not always, because if he was a good looking dude, had some swag.
He didn't know.
Oh, so you don't think it would have been? No, DJ Jab said he don't think that would have been that, because
she didn't know.
She didn't. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. The same thing with you're in
dating him, and then she knew, and then she smashed. That'd be smashing.
Okay, so that's smashing the homies. Yeah. Okay. You heard what he said?
Mm-hmm. And that's probably accepted that y'all both knew the person. Y'all both knew the person.
Yeah, we both knew the person, and I guess that's smashing the homie.
Well, if y'all didn't,
if you have gotten to the situation that I stated, do you think that would have been cool if, like,
if you had
she found out afterwards that him and I was together?
Yeah. If it was an after effect, because he wasn't obligated to tell her that he was with you if he didn't know that she knew you.
Yeah, he didn't know that.
So that's not smashing a homie. Smashing a homie is y'all hung out. Y'all could even be acquaintances, but y'all know y'all know each other. Y'all might be in some of the same circles. Y'all, you know of that person, or you know that person. Y'all acquaintances. Y'all know women don't have friends. Y'all have acquaintances. But
I have friends.
But with that, they come up and they see you dating somebody, or you're talking about somebody, and then they meet them in another setting. Then they figure out who the person is and still goes with them. That's smashing the homies.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's smashing the homies. If y'all knew each other and he didn't know that y'all knew each other, and then y'all found out, and then she still smashed, that counts as smashing the homies, but not really.
And that's count as underhanded too, you know.
Yeah.
They call
that dirty macking. It's like, why you with my leftovers? But that's what I'm saying. If you wasn't feeling them, and somebody else was dumb enough to go after you, more power to them. But that's for most people, they saying smashing the homies is not. I mean, smashing the homies is a no because we know people that's done that. We done seen it. We done lived it. We done saw it. But but the thing is though is that is how the person reacts when given the information. How the person reacts is how you should deal with them. Because if you talking, I mean, Apple, do you agree with that?
I do
I
sort
do
of.
sort of.
Because what I'm saying is that if we all are hanging out, we cool, and we see a girl that, I mean, me and Dabs is out, we hanging, we see a girl that we both feeling, we both try to kick it. Neither one of us are successful initially. Then one day I get her number, I talk to her for a while, and then I tell Dabs about it, and then Dabs meets her at another place and talk it, and that's kind of smashing the homies, and that's not cool. But like I said, but if it's one of those things, there was you gotta step back and say, hey, I'm cool, I like you, but I ain't messing up my friendship over that.
Now, if it's a threesome, this doesn't count, do it.
A throuple, come on now, that's different. If y'all in the threesome, that's all.
That's different.
Hey,
You both smashing.
Hey, that's a different type of smash. Y'all smash together.
I have a
I have
question.
a question.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Okay, what if
All together?
date your friend's ex permission from the is
Well,
that's
that's not smashing the homie. Like, look, I now if it was me, I'd probably feel some type of way. Like, how long would you plotting from the beginning, or what?
Right.
right. That's how I feel
how
about the scenario. You first said something like her best friend husband got a divorce and out husband. I feel like that they were seeing each other prior to this.
But yeah, no, I got you. I mean, no, it makes sense.
I didn't hear. She broke up a lot, so I couldn't hear her.
She was saying similar to the scenario I brought up in the first place, that you're gonna feel some kind of way, because it's just everybody's saying it's just messy, and if you invite mess into your life, you're gonna reap mess. So one of those things, Apple, is that you got, the closer they are to you, the more it's gonna hurt. If it's somebody that y'all hung out every once in a while, or y'all hung out a long time ago and y'all don't hang out no more like that, that's it is what it is. But the closer it is to you, the more it hurts, because you as the person, as the ex, is thinking, well, damn, how long was this person feeling that way? It'd be like Cyrano de Bergerac or something like that. You start getting in your head. You start getting in your head.
Dab says, say what you say. What did you say?
I said, well, the first part is you said something about if your friend, I mean, if you didn't really know the person, I mean, if you both knew each other, and the other person, you said, okay, go ahead, I don't mind, just do what you need to do. It's really up to the other person to say, okay, I'm not going to do that because, they might feel some kind of way. But I've been in this situation and said, if that's what you want to do, then y'all do it. I don't really care, because I'm done with you.
Right.
So you want to smash, you smash.
Right, but no, I understand, bro.
Would you have agreed with that with your best friend, though? Someone that you was close to, and you dated someone, and your best friend. Y'all all hung out and everything. And then when y'all broke up, your best friend was like, you know, you mind me, you know, asking her out? Would you be upset about it? Or would you just say, like you just said, I don't care. I'm done with her. You can do whatever you want to.
I'd probably tell them, I don't care. I'm done.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I'm gonna
if he was your best friend, it'd be up to in the first place. He shouldn't have asked you. But if he want to do that, then we done. He done and we done.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But that's what I'm saying. Now I'm gonna keep it a stack. I would probably say the same thing, but inside I know he's cut off.
Right.
He's cut off.
Okay.
It's more. Right. It's not. It's like Big Worm said. It's principalities, Smokey. It's principalities.
Right.
But,
right. Well, you know what, you're right, because you're thinking as long as I was dating that person, how long have you been lusting over that person while I was with them? Bingo. So I get it.
Yes, but like I said, but the outward me would be like, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. But you know, I don't F with you. You know, after that, that's like
we're done. I'm done with both of y'all.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I had to block that guy because he still kept trying to contact me. So I had to block him off my social media, block him from my phone, because to me that's violation. We are sisters. And
he knew, and then he came back at you. So
and that's actually, like I said, I don't think he remembered me.
But you guys said,
and I'm talking about in the beginning. I don't think he remembered me, and he didn't connect because she's my stepsister. So when I left at 18. So I don't recall this gentleman, and because she still lived in the neighborhood, or still, you know, conversed with a bunch of people in the neighborhood on a regular basis. I didn't see them for years and years, you know, so I didn't know about them. So I just think that right there was, even though he didn't get to smash the homie in the sense, me as the homie, him still trying to converse with me or trying to get with me afterwards. After our sister just, you know, told him, you know, you need to stay away from my sister, period.
Right.
You know.
But but people like that, though.
He still tried to DM me, huh?
Yeah, but people like that are going to do what they're going to do anyway.
Right.
Yeah. And to me, if you're going to do that,
we're going to jump that man.
Oh yeah, y'all have jumped him. I know y'all have jumped him. I ain't even.
Oh, we thought he was gonna get jumped that night that we seen him. Yeah, I thought.
Because what we not gonna do is play each other. Not gonna play. That's not gonna happen.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. It's just funny because, you know, I know y'all, and he should have had some idea because, you know,
that's the thing. I don't think he really understood the dynamics of our family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think that he knew. And for someone to be like that, and him still trying, regardless of his surroundings, he still tried it.
Right.
That was a disrespect to not only me, but also our sister and our family on top of that.
Oh yeah, and we was all there too, so it'd have been.
Woo, it would have been on and cracking.
Manassas police
like the and this is what he. But you know, our youngest is similar with one of her guy friends that try to talk to our married.
Right. I don't know what is with these people, and they like to try us. I mean, don't get me wrong, we look good and everything, but we're not stupid.
And you will get jumped.
And you know, our family runs deep. We might fight each other, but I promise you, we're gonna fight together.
Yeah.
When somebody intrudes into the family. Look, and I don't think people understand that dynamic.
And you know, I was just thinking about that when we were at our nephew's home going, and we had family from both sides. And you know, if something would have popped off, we that would have been like
And
it's CNN. CNN.
It's crazy because cousins from the far south, cousins from the north side call each other cousins. No difference.
Right. So, and you know, we had two about a maternal aunt and a paternal aunt that lived right around the corner from each other. So it wasn't like we was like our families didn't. Both sides of our families didn't know each other.
Right. Exactly.
But you know,
that's just crazy. But yeah, I just think that people who, like you said, just topic was smashing a homie. It's just a respect situation. If you decide that you want to smash somebody that I had already dealt with, and you knew that I dealt with that person, to me, you are disrespecting not only me, but that person. And on top of that, don't expect to continue our friendship or relationship because of the fact that if you can disrespect me in this manner, you can disrespect me, period.
Because here's even deeper. Here's something even deeper, because if you're willing to do that, think about how much I'm talking behind your back. I ain't really got you like that, because if I'm willing to cross that line, yeah, y'all, that's your ex, but that's your ex.
Right.
She chose you. He or she chose you before he or she chose me. So I'm like, I'm not a consolation prize.
Right.
You know, so if you
got to realize that happens a lot. And as you was talking, I was kind of reminiscing a little bit back in the day when me and Tracy were best friends and we started dating the twins.
Mm-hmm. You talking about Cameron and Carrie, right?
Yeah. I didn't want to give everybody name, but yeah.
No, they don't know. Who, they very few, unless you from where we from, they don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, they would always try to mix and match us. I was like, you don't look that much alike that we couldn't tell. Because Tracy dated one and I dated the other, and they were always, like I said, would try to mix. You didn't look that much alike that we didn't know each other. But luckily back then I wasn't sexually active when I dated them, so it wouldn't be considered smashing the homies. But if they had a chance, they probably would have tried to smash both of us at
the switcheroo.
Same time.
Hey, hi to you, the switcheroo. Get them in, and get them out. But that's those are young people games. That's when you was in your late teens. So yeah, that was stuff like that's going to happen because people are young and stupid. Mm-hmm. We all have kids.
And they're gonna try everything they possibly can.
Mm-hmm. It's just, but that's just the funny part, is that a lot of us don't really think of that, and people, we know it's like you are who you hang out with. If you're around, if you're around a bunch of dogs, then woof woof.
Right.
If everybody around you, if you around a bunch of 304s, then you ain't a 305. You ain't a 303. And it's guilt by association. You might not be smashing everything that moves, but if you with a crew that smash everything that moves, then what are people going to say about you?
Yeah. Ho, 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 and a Merry Christmas.
Exactly. Sit on Santa's lap and let's talk about the first thing that pops up.
I like that. Oh, goodness.
But yeah, so a lot of that is, just growing and maturing and having healthy boundaries. And that includes family, friends, acquaintances, strangers.
Yeah, because this world is not as big as people think it is.
You're right. You know
what I mean? Especially with social media out there, to where you can reach more than, your arm length. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. That's why I say I can't run for senator, because I got too much dirt in my background. It's like, yeah. Like, said, you remember this? No, my memory seems to be gone. I'm suffering from Trump and Bidenitis. But yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, but that's
Yeah, so it's just smaller. So you never know. You could be, in one state dating somebody in another state, and then next thing you know, one of your friends was dating that person from before.
Mhm.
So that's why you should still be careful who you sleep with, careful who you let into your spirit, because of the fact that you don't know besides just the diseases and having babies, a lot of other negative spirits that you allow into your space from near and far. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, I'm I'm on that train because we have so many. There's just so much stuff running around that you don't really know people, and
Right.
like you think you know them, and that includes family. That includes family because
I always say, and I stick with the seasons. I've always stated when your season is over, even with family, you have to remove yourself. You have to blow away with the rest of the leaves and find somewhere else to plant your roots.
yeah,
Because once your leaves have fallen, that's it.
yeah,
That's it.
and it's I always say there are reason and there are seasons. People are there in your life for a reason or for a season, and you got to be smart enough to know which is which. Because sometimes we hold on to people that we shouldn't hold on to, and sometimes people hold on to us longer than they need to be around us. And you might not be necessarily purposely hurting them, but you might be bad for them just because of the situation that you're in.
Right. I'm finding myself in that situation now when I realized when I moved from South Carolina to Florida, people was like, "Are you coming back?" I said, "No, my season is over." So I try not to badmouth where I was, because that was a part of me at one point, but my season was over. So when I go back to visit, I'm ready to come back home. That's like when I go to New York, I'm ready to come back home the next day. Sometimes the same night if I possibly can.
And we ain't got we love New York. We're from New York, but we can't be staying there long.
No, it's too much.
My get out of town, sitting in that daggone traffic.
It's over.
I really thought DC traffic was bad, and it is, but it ain't got nothing on New York City traffic. That is some of the worst traffic I've been in. Atlanta traffic bad. Been in Los Angeles traffic.
New York, Atlanta doesn't beat New York.
No, not even close. not
Atlanta's just nosy. So whenever there's an accident, they slow stuff down.
But 2 miles an hour. Yeah.
I don't know, because it's bigger traffic too.
It is bigger traffic.
Okay. On New York, all right.
I was sticking up for New York on this one.
He said he was sticking up for
bigger traffic.
Yeah, when it
New York's roads aren't as big.
At least New York is
yeah, no, and like I said, I love New York. I said it shouldn't take an hour to get from your house to Brooklyn.
Exactly.
Right.
You right across the bridge from Brooklyn, and you
you gonna walk there. Got there quicker by walking,
No, I can't hold. You can't hold us on that one, Apple, because
That's it. That's all.
That's the truth.
Only thing I got to say to you, Apple, is Q52. See.
People going nowhere fast or getting there quick because it ain't gonna happen.
Look, Dabs, if you ever get up to New York and go there, you'll understand what I say when I say Q52. You can take it from there to LaGuardia Airport, but that's about a 3-hour ride.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
And it's just a straight drive.
I've been there.
It's literally just a straight fry.
Yep, I've been through that mess.
But yeah.
Good thing I was sitting in the limo.
Yeah.
So you got to wait and pay and luxury.
Yeah.
But that's
because it was forever.
Oh yeah, but that's what it is though. Like I said, I love New York. I love visiting New York. I love the pizza in New York. I gotta, whenever I go to New York, I gotta get my gyro, or as we say in New York, gyros. Gotta get a pizza.
Gyro.
And if I don't get a beef patty, I'll get a hero. Because they don't make Jersey Mike's make decent subs, but they don't make heroes. And the next time I go,
I can't eat the pizza anymore, and can't eat the gyro anymore, and I really never liked. I don't like Jersey Mike's, so I can't do the bread anymore because it's too hard for my gums. I'm sounding like a really old lady.
But that hard ass bread in New York do be like Captain Crunch though. That hard ass bread in New York do be like Captain Crunch.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Mess up the roof of your mouth.
It scratches the roof of my mouth, and I can't.
The roof of your mouth.
When y'all miss it.
Hey,
I didn't hear nothing she said.
But growing up though, wasn't nothing like getting a ham and cheese from Pals.
Oh yeah, now don't get me wrong.
And a quarter.
I used to love my hoagies now.
And a quarter juice.
As we would call it, heroes.
Yeah, get a ham and cheese hero and a quarter fruit punch or a quarter orange from Pals.
But yeah, quarter grape.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
It's the barrel one.
I know. It's grape-free. Tastes like
grape water.
Plastic grape water.
Pretty much. But that's what you.
But that
had.
used to be it. $1.25. $1 for the hero and 25 cents for the drink, and you was good to go. And then you would take that on your school trips. If you got a school trip, you went and got your sandwich before you got on that bus to go on that school trip.
See, you were lucky. Our mother made me 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and gave me a quarter for a soda.
I was special.
They knew. Everybody in my classes knew what I had in my bag. I had 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I had a quarter for a soda. That was my go to, especially like if we went to the zoo, we went to the Bronx Zoo, or we went to Flushing Meadow Park, or we went, the only time our mother gave us money or our father gave us money to go somewhere, we went to the circus.
Yeah, that's what mine was, the circus.
And I used to
love going to the circus.
buy that light with the long string, and you twirl it around until it broke.
Yeah.
we did some crazy.
They don't do that no more. Speaking of that, I'm glad we kind of brought that up a little bit. We were watching earlier. Dabs and I were watching the news. I told you he's got me watching the news now, and so that's a whole different horizon for me because I can't stand the news. But anyway, we was watching it, and they was talking about trying to make it ban phones inside the schools. Cell phones inside the schools.
Oh, they're doing that
in Virginia. Yeah. I see where once you come through the door, you have to put your phone in this little pouch, and you have to seal it, and then I think you need a special tool to open it up.
Yeah, I think it's a nyloprene bag, and what it does, it blocks the signals. So you won't get calls and you don't burn up your battery. You're supposed to turn the phone off, but just because your phone is off,
they don't. Right?
No, means even if you don't turn off your phone can still be used. What it does, is that
the watches and stuff.
Yeah, the myoprene bag just blocks the signal, keeps all the signal in there, and you go into school with it, and then at the end of the day, you come out. And I think that's good, but it's not going to work right away. And only reason I say that is that our children and grandchildren are addicted to those things.
Right, but I think that that's the reason why I brought this up is I think that that's the reasoning. Now, I was telling Dabs when we were watching, I said, well, shucks, it shouldn't be a problem because of the fact that we didn't grow up with phones. And, this is the only generation that grew up with phones in schools or cell phones. We didn't have cell phones. We needed to get in touch with our parents and hope and pray that we were financially situated to where you can have a house phone. You went to the office and called your parents or whatever, and that's who you called. You ain't call your girlfriend and you ain't text somebody. So I agree with them not having phones in school because they're so dependent on it.
Yes, they are.
It's like at work too. People are so dependent on their phones at work that they go to the bathroom. I'm one of them. I'll be listening to I actually listen to it, but if I walk too far away from my phone, my Bluetooth cuts off. So that's why I take it with me wherever I go. But that's not the situation with a lot of people. I think that these phones has handicapped us.
Well, our phones have made our attention spans go even less because nobody wants to read.
That's a handicap.
Yeah, nobody wants to read a book, a paper book.
No.
Nobody wants to. You can't go, and I'm guilty of this. Sometimes I can't go a minute without some type of music. But we had Walkmans back in the day when we can afford those things, and we didn't break them or had batteries.
Right.
Be like, and you had to change the batteries because you pressed the tape, the cassette, and for those children out there, those Gen Zers, a cassette is what older people, what boomers and Gen Xers and older millennials listen to when they wanted music. You get there,
that's
you record, you had a tape recorder, and you put it next to the radio and press record. You had to press play and record together, and boom.
Hey, my Walkman.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You got the Walkman, or in New York, you got the
sometimes music is good to help you focus, believe it or not, because I know it helps me. But I'm more of a talk show person, so I don't necessarily listen to music because the reason why I don't like to really listen to music while I'm at work is because I wind up singing. And people do not want to hear other people sing, whether they can sing or not. They just don't want to hear it.
This will be, and they'd be like,
"Yeah, exactly." Exactly.
Is there something you want to tell us,
listen to talk radio, or I put in court shows are my biggest thing. So I love listening to court shows, and it'll literally have me, concentrating better because it sounds like someone's talking in my ear.
Okay, pivoting from there. Judge Mathis's wife filed after 39 years for divorce.
Oh,
yes. What do you think?
But they still live in the same house.
Well, hell, they lived together so long. Where the hell is she going to go? He got the money.
But why get divorced if you're going to stay in the same house?
He wants her back, but
he wants her back. He said that he personally said that he wants her back.
39
years. And what it is, the reason why she divorced him is because he's been spending too much time with other things. Like, him and his son created another court show for him. And so now you're spending more time with the court show than spending it with her.
So let me ask you something. If a man is on his purpose and grinding and trying to provide that, and he doesn't give his wife or significant other all the attention, is that a bad thing, or is that something
in a sense, I'm glad you brought that up. It depends on your financial situation. If you are a person, and I'm gonna use my son as an example, when he started out on his grind after he got out of the military, and he's always wanted to be a barber. From high school, okay? Actually, I think before high school when I was cutting his hair, I guess he got tired of me cutting his hair and he wanted to do it better. I don't know. But from that time, he knew he wanted to be a football player / barber. He elevated his situation from, instead of going to barber school, he went to cosmetology school, which you can do more and branch out. So that was a smart thing. However, when he was married, his wife wanted him to be home more, but he was on his fresh grind. So he was trying to establish himself into, because when he was in school, of course, he established himself outside the school and had a little side gig.
Right.
Managed to be, an apprentice under someone else, but however, when he finally got his license and everything situation, they moved from one city to another city, so he had to reestablish himself. When he had to reestablish himself, he had to feel where he was going to go, whether he was going to go into a beauty shop or a barber shop. So he tried the beauty shop for a little while, and then there was some conflict because the wife thought that he was cheating because there was too many women. So he left that and went to a barber shop. So here it is. You're in a barbershop and you're trying to establish, when you first start to establish yourself in any new business, you're going to be taking up a lot of your personal time because you're trying to grind. So in that circumstances, no, it shouldn't. I don't think a person should be upset because you are trying to establish your financial situation to where you can pull back at one point. But now once you get into the point where your grind is kind of leveling up, and you are able to spend more time with your family and your business is making the money for you, then yeah, I think that you should take some time to spend time with your family. And then when your family gets to the point where you are an empty nester, then you shouldn't be grinding as hard because you are now an empty nester and it's just you and your wife per se. So you don't have to grind it as much, and that your business should be trying to make its money or grind on its own, and you can spend more time with your spouse.
Passive income, but some people can't. Some people can't do that though. You know why? Because they feel that's their purpose, and I think that might be Judge Mathis's issue, is that he may have wanted to stop, but something deep inside him convinced him to keep going to the detriment of his relationship.
Right, but I still think that even though he still kept going, and he felt that he needed to keep going, he still needed to find a happy medium where he would have spent more time with his wife, for the simple fact that y'all getting older and you should be starting to pull back so y'all can retire, but y'all need to make a happy medium on both sides. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some people do not think of that situation to where, okay, you spent all these years and I raised the kids and I did all this and you was out there making that money and I'm happy in it. But now it's just us two and you still out there and now I don't have anything to do.
Right.
Because all of my work has already, went away because the kids are grown and, they got their lives. It's supposed to be you and I, and then here you are still out there grinding. To me, he should have found a happy medium. Now that she's gone, guess what he's doing? He's trying to find a happy medium now.
Yeah, I put in a couple of
forced to do it.
Yeah, I put in a couple of songs. I put in couple of songs in there that hit his that hit his what I think he's going through now. Baby Come Back by Player, and I Want You Back by Jackson 5.
That's so wrong. That's so wrong. You're so wrong.
Oh God!
But that actually happens to a lot of people, a lot of relationships where they're so used to out there working and grinding, they don't know how to pull back. They do not know how to remanage their life and their situations, and they wind up being alone.
Right. No,
and then when you realize
what if he made I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Apple.
What if he made a promise? Like, okay, just give me until X amount of years, and we get established. Once we get goal and point, we can retire and and live, do everything he wanted to do while still running. And then he went back on what happened.
Yeah, but like I said, that's what I'm saying is that as a person who retired, I've been retired 8 years now from the military.
Yeah.
But the thing is though is that sometimes when you've been doing something for so long and you say you want to go away from it, when you actually do go away from it, you kind of miss it, and then you find your way coming back. And that's not on her. I'm not blaming her for this at all. I'm blaming him for not seeing that was going to happen and promising that he would stop instead of saying, let me slow down. Because whenever you do something for such a long time, you can't do stuff. You can't just cut stuff off cold turkey. If I'm doing a show 5 days a week, maybe I start going down to 3 days a week, then eventually 2 days a week. Then
it's like an addiction. You can't just go cold turkey. You got to slowly take stuff away, and that's what you're right. That's what he needed to do. Hopefully, well, it's too late because he didn't got divorced. I mean, it's not too late because they still live in the same house, so they're still conversing back and forth, but they're not considered legally married. But I think that if he did make a promise that he would stop, you're right. He shouldn't have made a promise to stop, but made a promise to slow down. And that's what I was saying. You have to learn to adjust your life, rearrange your life to where you can have a happy medium.
All right. So, Kim's not only worked, he also calmed time out his wife. And Nikki said he was going without his wife. So you that. But when
go ahead, Apple. I'm sorry.
I said everything for me, and now it's my time to go back to doing what you. That's a lot to.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying, and I understand what you're saying is that, she played the background in support, and then when he had a chance, he didn't elevate her to where she needed to be by his side. So she probably took it as, well, I guess you really don't care about me like that. Said you love me, but I don't know if you like me. And there's a big difference because we love.
That's a big difference.
We love, some people we gonna love, but some people, although we love them, we don't like them.
Right. Because you can love somebody, but like I love my kids, but I don't like them.
That's a you issue. I love my kids. I love my kids. I don't say F them kids.
I say F them kids. I love my kids. Don't get me wrong. I love my kids, but I just don't like them. That's the F them kids.
I got you.
For my sanity, F them kids.
But we're coming to the end of tonight's show, and I want to appreciate my co-host, who I could not do this without, who helped make this show what it is, and I'm gonna give each one of them to say something before I punch it out. And go ahead, Apple.
I don't know what to say. One day I'm have a whole speech. But I would like everybody that joined us. This was an interesting topic, even though we never stay on topic.
No, but that's the beauty of the show.
It was fun.
That's the beauty of the show. We go where the conversation go. We don't go. I mean, because in sometimes sticking to one format is kind of boring, and then we kind of lose theme. I think in this way it works for us because we're in a conversation, and conversations go the way conversations go because everything we talked about was related, and we did come back. I mean,
it's organic.
Yeah, it's on topic. It's just not linear. We don't do linear because that's not how we act in real life.
No, we don't.
Go
That's
ahead.
what I love.
We jump from subject to subject.
Go ahead,
That's
Pearl.
what I love about it. It's like a natural.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I love y'all, because y'all keep me straight. Go ahead, Pearl.
I want to say y'all need to stay healthy and maintain your mental health is very important. Have a me time for you so you can strive. I really recommend people taking care of themselves. If you can't take care of yourself, you definitely can't take care of somebody else. So love yourself enough to take care of yourself and have a me day.
I definitely agree, and I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody in the audience. Our regulars, Miss Kim, Miss Nikki. I want to thank y'all for coming on, y'all. I also want to thank, he wasn't on tonight, but I know he'll listen to the replay. Mad Hatter, Diary of a Mad Hatter. Make sure you get him. He's a very entertaining. He does live streams just like me, and I was his first interview. And when he gets to 1,000, I'm supposed to be his first interview after that. So I want y'all to stay tuned to that. I'll keep y'all informed. On that note, I'm not even going to close out what I usually say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Never make love by the garden gate. Though love is blind, the neighbors ain't. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I want to thank everybody in TikTok land for putting up with me, Facebook land, Instagram land, and YouTube land, especially YouTube land, because y'all got me. So this is the end of the DFG Corner Emporium with my guest host, the Chocolate Pearl and Sweet